All right, I got build number 2 finished. Well, at least finished enough for this class, and then I will be tweaking it in the future, but I want to kind of show off what I've been doing. So I've got this little clip. I'll play it. I put together some footage of it. You can tell I never got a physical kind of box built for this. I'm projecting it on my wall, and I'm gonna kind of go with it. So here's what it is. Got the Arduino, right, powering this laser and the galvanometer. So I turned on my Arduino, and then over there on my furnace door to my furnace, I've got right the little laser dots. Now I'm gonna do it in the dark here. So here's it in the dark. My Arduino code. I'm just manually selecting what orbital I want to plot right now, so I don't have much automated function in there for graphing all the orbitals. Okay, but I basically just comment out the orbitals that I don't want to plot, uncomment the orbital that I do want to plot, and then basically go. So it's kind of what it looks like. That's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet, that little square that it's graphing. And I'm going to go through the different orbitals here. So this is just an example of it plotting. That's a 20 millisecond pulse at the end of the loop that I've got going. And so each little laser flash you see, with all the calculations it does, plus a 20 millisecond delay, it's longer than 20 milliseconds, but it's really fast. That's the finished product. So I've got more orbitals to show you, and that's 5 minutes later. So it does dissipate. So here's the 1s, 2s, and 3s orbitals, just so you can see. There they are finished. And here's the 1s, 2p, and 3d orbitals, and finished, so you can see. And yeah, that's kind of where I got to. So I know that was kind of quick. So let me go to at least the end. See that again. Pause it. Okay, so this is where it was plotting, and I eventually I want to have them play in sequence so that my students and people who are kind of seeing this display, right, they see the 1s, which is spherical, and then the 2p, and it's kind of hard to see there. This electron orbital ends up looking like a double lobe, and then the 3d orbital, right, are transition metals, right? I can't help myself from teaching, but the transition metals start to exhibit those d orbitals in some of the more complex geometries. So that's one of the d orbitals. That's 3d xy. And anyways, I'm really happy with how it turned out. The glow in the dark paper worked way better than I had imagined. The laser also, I can't like give enough credit to the person who put the Instructable together that I use. Their laser light show had enough functionality that it was like basically essentially once I had the X and Y coordinates and all the probability calculations done, I just basically had to run a function called laser on and laser off, coupled with a laser move to, and I could give it an X and Y coordinate. So my code kind of worked seamlessly, or the two pieces of code that I found worked seamlessly together once I, integrated them. So was really, really happy with how easy it was to get it plotted, and then the timing worked out well, and I kind of got lucky. My laser, that the blue laser I have is really poorly focused, but it worked really well. I cannot believe the accuracy of the galvanometer and the precision that it has and how quickly it can do a thing. So, anyways, I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And I put together just some notes for myself. I was lucky. This is a project that kind of has been stewing for a little while, so I didn't go through as much brainstorming as I should have. I was the bad student, and I just jumped in. And I think I've been brainstorming in my head for like a couple years and wanting to do it since I saw that glow in the dark wall video. So I took the time to just put together some information about where I'm at for future reference for myself. But I can plot a few orbitals. I've got the delay worked out. I know when I get into my classroom. So this is going to go in a new school. Right now, as is, I can set up the laser about, 10 feet from the wall. Or actually, it was 15 feet from that furnace door. And it projects an image that's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet. And so it's a 1 to 10 ratio. So I'm kind of thinking if I can put it like 30 feet away on one wall of my class up high. So, that's the other thing. I did find the laser on the glow paper. Occasionally, if I had my glow paper wrinkled, would kind of bounce off. And I never anything bad, but still, if I've got it around students, I want it to be the laser to be up high and not reflecting off towards their eye. So, anyways, I put it 30 feet away. I will get roughly 3 foot by 3 foot square that it plots in the orbitals. The orbitals will then be, um, 24 inches wide or so. And, it'll be adequate. I think I can also tune this and make it a little larger. So ideally, I want to have this on a 5 foot by 5 foot piece of glow in the dark paper. So it's more of a mural. And I would really love it up high next to like whatever periodic table I end up with in my classroom. So, um, I've got all the timings worked out. If I project for 30 seconds, you can recognize the orbital. So if I project it for like 2 minutes, maybe 90 seconds, that'll be good. And then you have to wait 5 minutes between that projection and the next one. Otherwise, you get some after image. So you could start projecting sooner and it would fade. So maybe not 5 minutes between orbitals, but like 3 minutes ish. So we'll kind of have to, I guess, tune that more. And then right now I have to manually switch between orbitals and the Arduino code. Not a big deal. And I think it's going to be fairly easy to automate that. I want to replace my laser pointer. I want to power the Arduino. I was just powering it either with my USB cable or a little 9-volt battery right now. I have that 15-volt power supply to power the galvanometer, so I can power the Arduino with that. Put it all in a box. I should have done that. Just ran out of time. Um, add add text labels. This is gonna be cool. It's gonna have the orbital and then it's gonna say like the 1s orbital, and like it'll say it kind of like as it's plotting it, maybe like lightly, and then it'll do it really intense when it's done. um and then let's see, so I got that. I know the sequence that I'm going to do this when it's all automated and put together. I do want to add a three-way switch so that I've got like auto mode, manual mode, and off. And have to make the switch like accessible, or remote control type thing. So if I've got the laser mounted up on the wall, I'll still be able to turn it off. Um, I would like to add a light sensor mode so that when it's on auto, say I go to lunch, turn off the lights in my classroom. Actually, I don't know how many windows I'm gonna have, but let's say it gets dark in the evening. It would be really cool if the mural will, turn on and automatically sequence through some of the orbitals so that people walking by, if they peek in my door or, or happen to be in there while the room's still dark, you get the orbital projection going. So an auto mode would be awesome. Need to have a selector switch or some kind of a potentiostat or potentiometer so that I can choose which orbital to plot if I'm in manual mode and I'm, teaching about them in class. And I would really like to add an animated credits, maybe a scrolling credits, or well, scrolling credits won't work. Now I'm thinking through this because of the glow in the dark, or it might look really cool. It might look like some like shadow 80s video. Uh, so anyways, they have animation functions in the laser light show, so I could do that. But I need to thank, all the uh people that kind of I stole everything from. So Peter H. Bird, Delta Flow, and then Mark Rober. So it's basically a mashup of those three projects. And then I need to figure out where to buy bigger vinyl. Amazon only had like that 1 foot by 5 foot sheet will work, and it costs like $10. But I think I'd like to get like a 3 foot wide sheet and use two of those. So there you go. And then if I ever have time, it'd be really cool to have a nice frame for the glow in the dark vinyls, so it's not just like stuck on the wall, some creative border. Uh, I have made printed circuit boards before. I'd really like to make one, and ultimately, it would be really nice if everything was on a printed circuit board so that I could, um, I don't know, not sell this, but give it to other chemistry teachers or other, technology engineering teachers, students learning to solder and things like that. So if I could get circuit boards out, I think that's kind of how the company Vernier started. It's a company in Beaverton, Oregon, and they sell probeware for science classes. And anyways, be kind of cool to have it all packaged so somebody could do it as a kit. Maybe a play mode. This would be really fun. Put a play mode together with like digital etch a sketch buttons, and you could like, I don't know, when the kids are bored in class, we turn off the lights and they could like, we could play Pictionary with an etch a sketch up on the laser. If I can get the galvanometer working with some rotary control, I think I can do it. But again, that just takes more time. And then I would like to add Wi-Fi or swap this with a different microcontroller that has Wi-Fi in it, and be able to control it from my computer somehow, or like maybe a web interface, something that the students right in my room, well, one, I guess I don't want them to hack it, but I got to think through that. But it'd be fun if they could control things from a website so that you could do it from anywhere, or I don't have to have like a wired cable running down to turn the thing on and off and do all that. And then again, yeah, just making this package up. It turned out better than I thought, and I guess that's what I learned is the classes kind of pushed me to go and try to work through things, and I hope it's doing that for like everybody, because I just wouldn't do it if I didn't take this class. And uh, I I guess the projects that Mark is showing, they're really kind of they're making me like get the creative juices going, and it's been really really fun. So I've appreciated all the content, and I'm excited to see what the third build is. So this one I got lucky. Everything, all my interests and everything that I've wanted to do kind of like culminated in this project. So it just turned out, really, I'm proud of it, and I hope that it's been enjoyable for you guys to see. But um, I'm looking forward to the third one. So, anyways, sorry for going long. I'll see you guys later.